You didn't stop here. Somebody started killing me, and this fool went.
Well, I guess Albion has seized control of the station.
And the entire police service. But don't worry, if you're not pleased with your privatised goon squad, just take your business across the street.
I was never a fan of the cops, but this is so much worse.
Not to worry, the only difference now is the uniform, assault weapons, and the fact they're motivated by profit over public service. Now, any record or information on the Spider-Bot will be further in.
Hey, is that the same Spider-Bot, Bagley?
According to the serial numbers, this matches the piece of Spider-Bot from the Tone bombing site.
Can you tell who owned it?
Navigate the Spider-Bot from out of that room. I'll need a direct connection in order to learn more from our bisected friend.
Copy that.
That opening right there looks like a good exit point. That's a part of the remote detonator system from Parliament. If the Met, or Albion rather, actually analysed it, they would see it wasn't DedSec's handiwork at all. Right, get comfy. This Spider-Bot might be broken and missing some of its legs, but it can still jump and fit through vents. That's a good way to get through the station undetected. That's Dalton's mask. It must have been recovered from Parliament. It might be the only thing left of him now. Buggery fuck, would you look at all this junk? You'll have to jump your way across to get to the next vent opening.
they couldn't be trusted to do their jobs. Suddenly some corporation clean up our streets better than the state police force. But who knows how long? When crime fighting is treated like a business, crime will never go away. That'll be bad for business, right? So don't tell me how you had our best interest at heart.
If the police could handle their job, Albion would be everywhere, but they can't. Home bombing is a perfect example. Bunch of ladies over the top of the seat at the wheel. Well, they're not at the wheel anymore, are they?
You're almost there. Make your way through this last bent path.
I want a solicitor. Shit weasel.
You can't do this to me.
Acquired.
Scanning Spybot and accessing its internal drives. While I'm analysing this data, you should make yourself scarce. Unless you'd like to explain to your new, heavily armed, privatised police force why you've broken into the station.
Yeah, all right.
Cheers, mate.
There we go. I think you just made a new friend. If Albion wanted to lock them up, they must be dangerous. And dangerous we can use.
Exactly.
The Spiderbot fragment you found has a satellite-based GPS module that regularly pushed its location to a specific ground station.
Interesting. A secret location. We ought to check it out.
Pushing you the ground station's coordinates.
No one would come here accidentally, that's for sure. A perfect place to plan a terrorist attack.
Or to discreetly dump a body into the Thames.
So, how do we get in?
I'm detecting a surveillance network guarding a space under this bridge. If you can patch into it, perhaps you can take a look inside.
Well, looks like a rogue cop set up shop down here.
Well, if Albion was stomping all over your workplace, you'd find a different place to store your lunch too. And it seems our mystery officer was dedicated.
I wonder what led them to the Tone bombing.
The computer's dusty enough to kill an asthmatic, but there may still be something useful on it.
This is Inspector Caitlin Lau. Well, former inspector now. Since Albion's coup, the Met is no more. The police brass had already buried the evidence anyway. Everything implicating Albion and Clan Kelly in the bombings. But I know Mary Kelly's band of twats were involved. And they're involved in other crimes we can look into. Me and a few good mates are willing to go off book, going after Mary Kelly again. I'll never fucking learn, will I? Inspector Caitlin Lau, video log. Clan Kelly and Albion are teamed up on some deal. I don't have all the details, but it looks to be human trafficking. The European Processing Center is the Albion angle. Since the bombings, they can grab anyone off the street. Call them illegal immigrants, potential DedSec insurgents, whatever. Though we know who the real danger is. So Clan Kelly gets hold of these people, these immigrants, deportees, victims, really, and they're taking them somewhere. But where and why? It all comes back to the boss lady herself. I knew she was into something, but she wriggled off the hook. There's only one way I can do this. 24/7 surveillance on Mary Kelly. If I'm caught, well, this will be my last entry. But I have to see what she's hiding.
So, our mystery officer was Inspector Caitlin Lau. It sounds like Mary Kelly was her white whale, and her investigation led her to the bombings.
So Albion was working with Clan Kelly gangsters. I can't even say I'm surprised.
It seems like 0 Days Web covers all of the unsavory bits of London. Tug on a thread. It leads back to them. Clan Kelly and Albion included.
We need to do something about these kidnappings.
Inspector Lau mentioned Albion is running their part of the operation out of the EPC. Detectives like us call that a lead.
Well, I did it. I actually did it.
You wouldn't have been recruited if DedSec thought you'd be killed that easily.
I see. I suppose that's a compliment.
Oh, don't listen to him. Banks can come across a bit rude sometimes, but he's really sweet. Well done.
This Albion Clan Kelly business leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And if Caitlin Lau's right, then this little nugget jumps to the front of the queue. We have reason to believe a former DedSec operative may still be alive, but missing inside the EPC.
Angel Lopez, not London-born, but I won't hold that against him, unlike some others.
Looks like Angel got caught up in the immigration roundup, which, ironically, may be the only reason he escaped 0 Days DedSec purge.
Anti-immigrant sentiment has grown in London since the bombings. Albion fuels it. It allows them to send anyone they want to their brutal refugee camp.
We need to find Angel before they discover he's DedSec. This is kind of personal, team. But finding his trail might just shed some light on the Albion Clan Kelly connection.
Right. Well, if he's in the EPC, he won't be going anywhere anytime soon. But considering the state of that place, we should see what we can do.
I've sent the details to your device and advised our contact at the EPC. They can get you inside. Caitlin Lau's investigation, and an enormous number of missing person cases centre around the EPC. The inspector was definitely onto something.
We better find our contact. The minute Albion finds out Angel is with us, they'll start squeezing him for intel.
Summons. I've already taken care of your entry. Get you in quick and quiet.
Off the record, yeah? I don't want any trace of me being here.
No worries. I'll spoof. Well, come meet me on the rooftop. The only place here that doesn't smell like piss. Got some info for you.
The European Processing Centre. It processes deportees by stacking them up in squalid conditions and forgetting about them. But hey, it's to protect London, right?
What is going on?
This place is worse than a prison camp. Every day I see people come through here, torn from their homes and their families. But I'd rather stay and keep an eye on things. Maybe help out once in a while. Like now.
Look at this nightmare. Countless people fleeing war, crime, poverty. And here they are, none of them cared for or accounted for.
Yeah, well, people have been disappearing. Records say they have been processed, but it doesn't add up. No one ever properly leaves. And with the Kellys prowling around like fucking hyenas, I am not too optimistic about the people slipping through the cracks.
Clan Kelly, like the all-powerful firm controlling London, Clan Kelly.
Truth. Now, about your missing guy. The best place to start would be the EPC database. They keep a record of everyone that comes in. And be careful.
Ooh, what do we have here?
Pushing the location of the EPC database on your optic.
Could you back up, yo?
Well, mate, yeah. I know. Yeah.
Could you back up, yo?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
So,
Yeah.
you might stand in the way a little.
Anything to report?
Yeah? I entirely understand. Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever.
Have a blessed life.
Listen. Just calm down. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. No,
I'm just minding my business.
curious.
Why don't it down on the track? Bloom optics overflow.
No need to get riled.